forward. They need to begin to live in the present.
But the president,
they still live in the past.
The president must lead the way.
He is leading the way.
They haven't seen that leadership in terms of uniting. For instance, let's talk about the Southeast, for instance. We've seen IPOP come up, you know, especially shortly after they've been there before, but it was seen that they gained momentum after the 2015 elections. We also saw only recently the president was scheduled to pay a visit to the Southeast. It was reported that he did not show up eventually.
And it's been explained. It's been explained that even it's some leadership of the region who came and told the president, we won't want you to come at this season. We would rather want you to come at another season. A statement has been issued on that.
Okay.
Okay.
So what exactly is the, you know, what exactly, because I mean, I'm sure that a number of people will be wondering, why wouldn't the president, you know, have taken the initiative to go to the Southeast?
He will be there.
Before now?
He will be there.
To the South?
He will be there.
And of course...
He's been to the South. Do you know how many times he went to Edo State? When Adams Oshomole was campaigning, he opened the campaign, he closed it. He's been there. He's been to
Edo State.
Cross River launched that super highway. The president was there to inaugurate it. Which other state? Well, I can't begin to reel them off my fingers now.
There's Rivers, there's Delta, there's Akwa Ibom.
Yes.
These states are firmly under the grip of the PDP. You know,
doesn't matter. They are still part of the country.
You don't think that the president should have visited?
If there is reason for him to visit, he will visit. That's what I'm telling you. The president is the president of the whole country.
Just before we go to Lagos, let's take this one. I mean, I'm sure you've also been privy to some of the conspiracy theories that have been making the rounds, especially in the wake of this, you know, attack of, you know, of herdsmen against farmers. You know, there'll be the normal conflicts, but there's also been the, you know, the underlying theories that a lot of people have come up with, and it would seem that silence is not the response to these theories. Or do you think that that's the way it should be?
Nigeria is not wanting in conspiracy theories at any time or the other. There are always conspiracy theories in the country, but then, like I said before, knee-jerk responses will not do. When this herdsmen attack happened, you need to see what the president is doing. Always on the line with the governors and talking with them and getting updates. And he has said it before. This problem, even former President Olusegun Obasanjo said it, this problem will be sorted out between the local governments and the states, principally. The federal government really has roles to play, but the roles are not as much as those of the states and the local government.
Let's go to Lagos and take a question from you.
I think I've seen this before. Call it deja vu, Mr. Adeshina. It's the same thing they said to President Jonathan. Many told him not to visit some parts of the Northeast, which he never did, and it turns out to be a big mistake, because finally when he did make that visit, it was almost too late, and that's what we're getting to see with that Southeast opportunity, and even the groundbreaking of that Ogoni cleanup, which he also didn't show up. So talking about Edo State is something that some in the realm of English language will say it was selfish, because it was a party affair, and it was something that has to do with his electioneering interest. That was why he went to Edo State. But most importantly, we want you to speak to that matter which we haven't dealt on properly, and it has to do with his friend and his secretary to the government of the Federation. Babachir Lawal is also the president's very close friend, whether you like it or not. He also alluded to the fact that these are people he's quite close to. If we say these are mere speculation or allegations, Mr. Lawal hasn't denied the fact that that contract was given to a company which he said he has relinquished his directorship of. Doesn't that speak, you know, negative of the fight against corruption for someone having an interest, or who was once a director of a company, and the government has given a huge sum of money as contract to that company, and is still within the presidency when we talk about the fight against corruption? Should there be an investigation, or the president speaking to this matter categorically, so that Nigerians will say, Mr. President, truly you are on course?
Thank you. Well, but let me jog your memory a little bit about Edo State, because you felt it was campaign that the president went for. Yeah, he went for campaign, but don't also forget that after the elections had been held and won. And the then governor Shomole was about exiting. He needed to commission many projects. The president was there. Will you say that was also campaign? So Sula, you forget. And don't also forget that I spoke earlier that he was in Cross River to commission the international highway that state is building. Was that also campaign? So that is the issue about that. Then talking of the SGF, it takes us back to the things I've said. If allegations have come up, and the president has said, investigate this, the Attorney General is the person to investigate. Don't forget the role the Attorney General plays in America. I'm sure you remember Janet Reno, the Attorney General under Clinton. When the Monica Lewinsky affair came, it was Janet Reno who investigated even the president. So, it's the Attorney General that investigates such things. And the president has said, investigate. Now you are asking me whether it's conflict of interest or not. I can say, until the Attorney General comes out and say, truly, this company in which the SGF had an interest, even though he has resigned from the board, was given this contract. When the SGF comes with his report, we can make conclusions.
Mr. Adeshina, the president's stance as a man of integrity is still being looked at in different ways that will not say too well of the president in terms of how he handles certain matters. Let's leave the issue of the SGF aside. Let's look at the issue of the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria. How is it that his name has not been sent forth for confirmation, even after he had been recommended by the National Judicial Council? What's the delay?
Yes, you know that in the law, the Chief Justice of the Federation can act for 3 months. That's what the law says. So what is happening is not outside the law. If it's more than 3 months now, then it can become an issue, but it's still within the law now.
Well, you've had senior lawyers talk about, some of them said that they hope what they read wasn't true. Some people saying that the acting chief judge is on probation.
It's a matter of words. I heard it. Barrister Wole Olanipekun was on your channels.
That is not known to law.
And I engaged with him after watching him on channels. I said, the person who says the acting chief justice is on probation and credited it to me, I said I never used that word. And you know that all sorts are credited to me, even in the social media, things I never said. When I see them, I'm dazed. I say, when did I say this? I'll go to check what I said.
But you're also aware of the theory, the conspiracy theory surrounding that as well. The confirmation of the Chief Justice.
I've told you that Nigeria is never wanting in conspiracy theories.
Okay, so, well, we'll definitely see how this unfolds. We've been speaking to the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adeshina. Sunrise Daily will continue in just a moment.